Got it.
Oh, hi everyone. Welcome.
Hello,
So I'm
everybody.
I'm so happy to be here with you, Elizabeth. It's almost like a yearly thing that we're being asked to do together.
Yes, it's wonderful. Thank you, Mia, for arranging this. And I'm looking forward to it every year now. It's great. It's always surprising, sometimes very surprising.
Yeah, and usually when my guides ask like, okay, it's time to contact Elizabeth, it's time to do work, it's what the information that like the foundation of the work is to strengthen the connection with God's source and the Christ in the light and to feel that energy. And that's always so amplified when we work together because you also work with trans channeling.
Yes, trans channeling. Yeah. Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, I go into trance and I, in my mind's eye, go up to the light of God and then I channel God, Christ, and the angels, the angelic energies, and they come through and it spreads into clients and to everyone who's tuning in. And it's become, the angels have said, the energies will expand and become more of what they are, and you will become more of who you are. And they've been saying that for years. And now it's really happening. Now the energies are so much more powerful. I was telling you, Mia, that I felt like I was going to be tossed off the chair one time because the energies were so strong. And I know you're feeling that too.
Yeah, yeah. And especially now, October was a really intense month of purging old emotions from past lifetimes and also to correct the system in our light body so we can trust, like really allow all that light to come through because it's like we always need to adjust our body, our energy field, because the light that is coming through and the source light is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And sometimes it's so intense that our body just go like time to rest. And we were have both been sick in October, probably as a big preparation for work like this that we're going to do next week also.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I was traveling and it was wonderful. Great to see friends and lots of people, their families. And then as soon as I got back, I was exhausted. I needed another vacation. I got some kind of cold. And yes, it's been, I kept working though. The energies, I kept channeling and everything was clear when I was channeling. But after the channeling, I collapsed. I'd fall asleep. I was so tired. But you're right. It's in preparation for this expansion that is happening, the expanding of the energies and the raising of the vibration of everybody. Everybody's at a higher level, everybody's at a higher frequency, and they're being lifted up. They're being pulled up by with angelic assistance as we're channeling. That's what's happening. People are moving higher and higher. Their energy bodies are floating up, and the angels are pulling them up and shaking off whatever doesn't belong, uh, clearing away the negative emotions so that they can rise higher. They're lighter, they rise higher, and their spiritual gifts become, well, they start to surface more. And it's interesting what happens with all this work. People become more peaceful, more relaxed, calmer, anxiety. Over time, it's a process, but anxiety falls away, anger falls away. It's interesting to see how people shift over time through this work and become channels themselves, healers themselves. It's been very
Mm.
interesting.
Yeah, and as we're dropping so much density, because that's what has been going on for many years now, we're dropping all that density and then also all the emotional baggage that we have chosen to carry until now. for ourselves, for our families, for ancestral lineage, all the past lifetimes. And I mean that clearing comes in stages as we become more and more of who we are, as we also that also comes through many times. Become feel how you become lighter and brighter and more of who you are. It's just like that feeling of becoming light in ease and grace and empowerment, which hasn't been the case before on this planet. And now it's like it's accessible energetically. And as we become more and more of who we truly are, we can no longer hold those emotions because they are not in resonance with who we truly are. And as this process happens, the density is being cleared, we go higher and higher up. Also, our mission, our purpose, our life path, kind of the path shifts or becomes more aligned, and everything starts to change also on the outer. And that's what we now are seeing. Like I keep hearing, prepare for the unexpected, expect the unexpected. You know, things are going to change massively on the outer when we become that Christed being that we actually are, and no longer being stuck in all these stories and dramas. We are more operating from that higher Christed vibration, which is the qualities of purity and patience, kindness, generosity, discipline, humility. The stories doesn't matter, what others do doesn't really matter. We just like operate from God, from source, and becoming that knower of God. So um we are in a like kind of breaking point where a lot of how we have lived is about to change. And that's also something that my guides have been saying, at least, that we will be supporting with the work that we're doing next week.
Oh, yeah. God's got our back. Christ has our back. The angels are working through us. The beautiful thing about this work is, well, there's so many things, but there's a ripple effect. And so as people fill up with these divine energies, what is it? The angels say you will become aware, awake, attuned, rebalanced, and aligned with the light of God. And as they become that, it's like they become a light bulb, and then they turn on the light for others. And there's this ripple effect, and it can be very powerful. People will notice other people awakening around them, or their spiritual gifts are surfacing. It's it's just like being a light bulb. And I think of Gandhi, be the light you see in the world. It's much easier to be the light that you want to be in the world. Be the
Mm.
light, be the change you want to be in the world. It's much, much easier. There we go. Had that quote wrong. But it's much easier to just let go of all the chaos, allow it to be what it is, let go of the judgment, let go of the fear, all the negative emotions that we hold on to. When you're feeling lighter and lighter and your energy is going brighter and brighter and your energy body is going higher and higher, it is much easier to just relax and allow and send love to all the people that are having challenges, experiencing trouble in the world. It's just much easier to be who you are and to come from a place of love. It doesn't make it perfectly simple, but it gives us a tool where we can always go up into the light and get what we need. We can always rise up. And when I'm channeling, the angels are suggesting everybody move up in the light. And what you are doing is going up through your channel. And the higher you rise, as Mia was saying, the lighter you feel and the brighter you shine. And your channel is being cleared so that you can connect directly with practice, with more listening again and again to the recordings. How many clients have told me, tell your clients to re-listen to the recordings because they get more energy. They there's more healing. And so just keep listening and keep tuning in to achieve attunement.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I remember, like, I think it's 5 or 6 years ago, I went to a session with you the first time, and I was like, it was so beautiful that you kept talking about God and God's source. And many times I can feel in the session path and in that community that there's a fear of talking about God. And we have done work together before where we have been clearing that fear from past lifetimes, religious templates, crucifixion, implants, and all of these that now very, very much needs to return. As the ascension is, as I see it many times, we love to travel into this past lifetimes, and we want to know, who is my twin flame? What have I been before? Why am I here? And all of those comes in the perfect timing, I feel, when it's supposed to come as information for us to receive and remembrance. But the guidance so much now is to come back to simplicity, to ease and grace, and connect more to source, to God, which is your spiritual foundation. And that stability, the stability to close your eyes and to get to have the ability to connect and go up and connect to that energy is more powerful than any clearing, any healing, and it just gives us that stability that I have received so much information about is going to be so deeply required where we're heading, because it's an energy of remembering who we are through all these lifetimes. We were still a child of God, of that highest God source vibration, and to come back and feel that I am my part, I'm a seed of God's source. And how does that feel? And that creates so much safety. And as you say, you get information to just like hand over the troubles, hand over the emotions to God's source, to the Christ, and just like life becomes so much easier. So that's something that at least has been coming into my field. And I, you always work with that because you always channel every day, several times a day, always day in, day out. I can always call Elizabeth if I need a session. She's always there working and assisting in the highest capacity. But it's always that, like God, the angels, and Christ, and that's it. Sometimes, of course, things comes into the field, but that is like at least what I'm seeing, back to basic, which is up to the highest.
Yes, always be channeling.
Yes.
Yes, I channel a lot, Mia. Hours and hours and hours a day. Yes. But everybody can do what we can do to a certain extent. And it's just a case of going up. Like Mia said, close your eyes, relax, and begin to transcend the physical world of suffering and ascend to higher and higher levels. And know you're being pulled up. That as much as you want to go up to the light, you are being pulled up by divine hands. And it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Yeah. Christ, has a sense of humor. And he said, give me your worries, give me your fears. I don't have any. And so remember that you can give these emotions to Christ, to God, to the angels, to the light, to be transmuted into something better, something brighter, something lighter. Uh, I think they're very efficient. The angelic world is very efficient, and they'll just turn it into something else that's better. And trust what's happening. Trust your own experience. Just trust that you are being healed. Many people are very sensitive now. The veil is getting thinner and thinner. Some people are very psychic and becoming more so. Some people are clairaudient, killer sentient. So trust whatever happens, trust whatever comes, and keep practicing. Keep going up and allowing everything else to just fall away and be in a state of internal focused awareness going up to the light. God explained everybody points to the light, everybody does. And
Mm,
so the light is available at all times, in all moments. It's just a case of relaxing and trusting and tuning in. Yeah, it's an opportunity for everybody. And also, you have these amazing, you can have these amazing eureka moments where there's an education that's available. You might have an invention come to you, or you might have something, I don't know, just the best recipe for something. I don't know. Things come to you when you achieve that heightened level of awareness, when you let go of that baggage, that emotional baggage that Mia was talking about. Yeah, because we all carry emotions, but that's
Mm.
a way to cleanse and clear and purify. And it's healing of the soul. It's much deeper than physical, but we feel it on a very physical level, which is
Mm.
quite interesting.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
really. I feel also like we are so good at like fighting and struggling. So I mean, it was just the other day that I was guided to do a session with you, and I didn't even. I felt a little bit tired because I've been working and traveling and doing big energetic work. But once we started, I could see how much emotions I was holding and carrying, and it is sometimes intense to see where the world is and where it's heading, and like all this, the entire collective consciousness. Some of us are vessels, hold the vessel or have a vessel that is actually clearing the entire collective on an emotional and mental level. And I know that my body and the vessel is doing it, even if I ask to do it as little as possible. But I'm so used to like, come on, like, I'm a fighter spirit, right? And then, when we started, I was like, whoa, this is so much. And you start to feel the release. And afterwards, you feel so light and bright. And I mean, I clear my field, I meditate, I connect with God. But something happens also when we put an intention, we ask for help, we ask to go higher, we keep coming with a commitment, the discipline, the diligence, which I always hear, stay diligent, disciplined in the mission that you're here for, but don't be stupid and carry that load if you don't need to, right? Ask for help. So now when we come together next week, it will be a very powerful when we're hundreds of people coming together. And even for those that I think comes to you like on a one-on-one session will feel the difference to work in a group field, because it's an opportunity to access even more, because the unity consciousness comes into the field. Of course, it's always there, it's never separated, but it's like, okay, we're together here and gonna do the work. And I do feel that uh, what I'm hearing is that the Christ consciousness is the consciousness that we have. It's already within us, in our blueprint, in our light body. But since there's so many negative programs, there's entities, there's implants, things happening all over, which just like keep switching on the lower dense energies. And through putting the intention and rising really high up, as we're going to do, so much will automatically be cleared, healed, and the right codes in our light body will be activated. Also, so it becomes like an upgrade for us to access the higher consciousness level, which is the Christ consciousness, which is peace and purity and ease and grace, which is our natural state. It's our natural and birthright, actually, to be in that energy.
That's such a beautiful thought. It is our birthright. It is who we are. We are that light, and we are that Christ conscious being. And I think of Jesus when I'm channeling Yeshua, he will say to clients, be me in the world. And people think, no, I can't be you. You're way up here, you're way above me. But no, we're all working to be Christ conscious. We're
Mm.
all working to rise above adversity and challenge and heaviness and all the negativity. And we can be. Christ conscious. That's the beautiful thing. It's available to everybody. It's available to all of us. And coming together in a group, the energies are amplified so much more when you and I are working together. Like you said, Mia, it's just much more powerful. Now add in all the people, the hundreds of people that will be tuning in. Many of them are healers and channels and psychics, and that energy just expands, and the angelic world amplifies it. The angelic world makes it more of what it is.
Yeah. I just love to bathe in that energy because it's like coming home. It feels like bathing in that energy and coming home. And it's just like, I remember this. It's a so strong remembrance, which I need at least in this world of illusion.
Yeah, remembering who you are, who you really are,
Mm,
a spiritual being having a human experience.
yes.
And we're not just here for ourselves, we're here to learn, grow, and heal, but also to help others along the way and learn from others. It's we're all in this together. It is a collective,
Yeah.
and as everyone's doing all this work, they're helping everybody on the planet. That's a beautiful thing. We're raising the vibrational frequency of everyone, and we're channeling. Everybody is channeling through this process. It's not just you and me, Mia,
Mm,
but when everyone goes up to the light and is open and just allows the light to pour down on them and wash through them, then the angels are working through them and expanding the light and the healing energies. It's quite massive, and it changes things. They've measured in New York City the effect of monks meditating. For example, the crime rate goes down. Um, it's amazing how
yeah,
connected we are. So this is one of those
exactly.
opportunities to, in our spiritual way, save the world a little bit at a time, or maybe more than we realize.
Yeah,
We don't really know.
exactly. Exactly. More than we realize because I usually talk about it because my guys say we're becoming that light pillar. We're becoming the light column and we're emanating the codes. We don't need to do so much because we just are. We are that light that they will remember just by seeing us consciously or subconsciously. But now my guides keep saying that we should talk about also like the connection to God. What is God to you? That it has nothing to do with a religion, and it can be triggering for you that listening now that maybe are new to this journey, that maybe have had parents that has been very religious, or you just feel triggered by the word God. It's just knowing that there are many past lifetimes where this has been coming up, and then it's actually an opportunity to clear all of those. But God is, it's just a word that we choose to use. And I usually say he, but for me at least it's an energy, it's the highest vibration there is. And for me, my journey to have connected with that, actually I started to connect to angels and ascended masters stronger. And then God came. That was my spiritual journey. I felt more safe with the angels and ascended masters because I didn't know about my religious block. And when I started to understand and started to go higher in my vibration, I could connect to God. And as the implants and everything was removed, perfectly aligned to my karmic path, of course, as we all have those implants more or less. The love, the truth, and the power that started to flow through when I started to connect it with Source and God was incredible. And my guides have been pushing me for years. I know I called you a couple of years ago and said, like, Elizabeth, like, we need to do work and just say the word God, 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 God during the work so people just like clear it and clear it and clear it. And you were like, okay. So it's an opportunity now for you that don't know what source or God is for you, and you want to feel that energy and create your own relationship. That's what my guys are at least saying now, that this will also be an opportunity to connect to that high vibration and know that this is a safe space to do it. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Ria. Yeah, that's a really good point. I studied Tibetan Buddhism, and I was Buddhist. I was not religious. For decades, I had nothing to do with Christianity. I was relieved when I discovered Buddhism because it was a philosophy. It was a way to alleviate suffering. And I meditated for 7 years intensively, and I saw a lot of visions. I was very psychic at the time, and Buddha appeared, and he just had the calmest demeanor, and he was just looking at me, and I was looking at him, and he was looking at me, and then it changed, and he had these diamonds instead of eyes, and a diamond in his third eye, and I thought, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because I wasn't a channel yet. I couldn't hear anyone speaking. I just saw visions. And oh, so many things happened. I saw so many visions, and I wound up going. I saw a vision of my own funeral. So I
Oh.
went to, yeah, I saw my own funeral. And because a lot of my visions would come true in the future, I thought, oh, what do I do? And so somebody had given me information on the Monroe Institute, and I learned to astral travel in Virginia. And going on the astral plane changed a lot of things for me. I became more and more connected to the non-physical world. And then when I collided on the astral plane with a past life husband, I needed to understand reincarnation. And so I became a hypnotist so that I could specialize in past life regression. And on Palm Sunday, 2012, I was deep in trance in a past life in biblical times, and then Jesus appeared, and I was trembling. I was not Christian. I was horrified, and he basically turned my life upside down. And he had a sense of humor. He was so loving, and he let me know that I needed to get on this path. He said, "Interrupt your life. Do it now." And so I was suddenly on the not I was on the spiritual path of Christ consciousness. I didn't rush to church. I just kept going into hypnosis, and Jesus would reappear, and he'd teach me, and different things would happen. And then eventually I learned all these different hypnosis protocols and got into deeper and deeper states. And then I started hearing his voice and not seeing him so much. I just started hearing him. And then when I came and moved here, all these angels appeared. I think there were 19 angels, and they said, "Elizabeth, you can only heal others to the level at which you yourself are healed. We're going to heal you so you can heal all." And then they took over my life for 6 months. And there were ascended masters who made me do yoga. They appeared. The Maharishi appeared and was part of this. Christ was part of this. And they made me go through past life regressions. They facilitated everything themselves. And then I became a channel. And I thought it was just for me, but that was in 2014. What are we, 2023? And I'm channeling all day long for clients now. Yeah. And it is about love and light, Christ consciousness. It is light. And I've never seen God. He's spoken through me, but I can't tell you what she looks like. I have no idea.
Mm.
But I have seen different portrayals, different images of Christ. I've seen many wonderful, I've seen angels every now and then, not that often, but I hear them more. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's a beautiful story. And that's how it can go, everyone that is listening. I remember you told me you were pushed down to the floor and you were like, oh, laying there, needed to surrender fully. And yeah, that's how it can go. I see God as, I've seen God like the structure, the energetic structure of God, and the energetic structure, like in light codes and um, yeah, the energetic structure of that vibration, that how it has been presented to me. But as also our consciousness rises, we can also, yeah, see. But again, it's an energy that for some we see, some no, but we have that connection. And once we decide and are, at least ask for willingness to connect with the source of God, that will it will be unlocked because God is in our DNA. So the moment we feel safe in our nervous system, and that's usually also what happens, like I feel also like your hypnosis, qualities comes always in when you channel, because you go into a little bit, I feel a bit like I go into hypnosis. And of course that happens because you go up to another vibration. So the DNA also can feel so relaxed that it unlocks the God codes. That's how it has been presented to me. And we really have it all inside of us. We just need to raise the vibration enough. So I'm very, very excited for, especially for all of those that haven't done work with you yet, Elizabeth, all of you guys that are listening and usually come to my webinars, you're gonna have an amazing experience. I just know that. However, it's gonna be clearing, healing, activation, upgrades, or all of it. And it doesn't matter if you manage to come on the live session, you always get a replay, a recording, and it is as powerful because when you make a decision to book your spot, you are there with us energetically anyway. So it doesn't matter if you're cooking food or playing with your children, your higher self is with us, connected and committed to that work. And then you can listen to it as often as you feel guided, because it's gonna be really like, yeah, that energy that you can return back to, and for each time it's actually a new experience because we are ready for more or different, because we are at different levels all the time.
I should probably mention that we channel a little differently.
Yes.
And when I'm channeling, the angels are um, putting me or pushing orbs of negative emotions through me. And they take, they pull the negative emotions from everybody. They're like orbs of energy, and they keep pushing them through me. And so I have no choice but to channel the words that are attached to the emotions. And so it can be very repetitive. Ow, 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 help, 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 no, no, no. And I will be in experiences, past life or present life experiences, but every word is a release. And at the same time that they're releasing the negative energies, they're making room for spiritual gifts to surface. They're also transmitting healing and clearing energies and Christ consciousness energies. And so we have slightly different styles. We're used in different
Yes.
ways. I guess that's a better way of saying
Yes.
it. We're used in different ways. And this just is how it is. It's just how the energy comes. I don't really have a choice in how the energies flow. But it's all a release, and none of it is a judgment. That's another thing, because they'll be saying, this is happening, that is happening, this is happening, that is happening. It's not a judgment. It's all a release and a clearing through lifetimes. Yeah, it can be interesting for some people. It will resonate with some, it won't resonate with others. Regardless, I can't channel emotions of everybody all at once, but they move me so quickly, and the it's rapid fire. It's
Yes.
very fast,
It's
just to
connected to the
prepare
group
people.
field. And it's, I mean, since the intention is the group field, it will be beneficial for the entire group. And as we talked about the other days, I can feel that I'm a very, like, I feel most of the time very balanced, but there's always moments every day where, I mean, we get emotions, our inner child get triggered, right? And that is not always taken care of because we're maybe in the middle of something, someone passes by and triggers us in 1 second, and we can center, or we see something, or we drop something. I mean, that's emotion, emotional release in the body, in the light body, in the energetic system. So all of that I feel is being cleared and released really without the storage, which I really appreciate when we do the work. So you need to let go of your ego and like, but what? I'm not angry. And you're like, angry, angry, angry. But then you feel afterwards like, oof, okay. But apparently I had some anger. And I mean, look at the news. I don't look at the news, but things that are happening in the world, you hear something about children or whatever, and of course an emotion comes. So yeah, that's I feel it's like so powerful. So we need to let go of, but it's always perfect. We move into the space, we let go and surrender, which is part of the spiritual practice that we usually being asked to do all the time. Let go, surrender, allow, and then we will go higher than we can expect. So expecting the unexpected. They just keep telling me that all the time.
The unexpected, yeah. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You would
Didn't see any of
never.
this. Didn't see
Yeah.
any of this coming.
Yeah.
So I think everyone will have a different experience. And yeah, letting go of the expectations is really important because it will be what it will be.
Mm.
And we never know. I never
No,
know. I
no.
just channel. And, but the replay can be interesting. Just keep replaying these when you can and see what happens.
Mm.
Yeah, just see how you feel progressively over time.
Yes. So thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, everyone that listened. We will put the link also if you want to join us next week. And we wish you a beautiful month of November, which I've heard is going to be about taking action and responding to the energies that is being given to you. So we will see.
Thank you, everybody. And yeah, my words are always be healing. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. Sending
Mm.
you love and gratitude. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody and working with everyone. And thank you, Mia, for
Mm.
arranging all of this. You are amazing. And I'm so grateful to
Always
be working with you.
kind. Much love, Elizabeth. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.